traveling to the state of Minnesota to meet Brandon and Monica SCHAFER. They farm near Red Wing, Minnesota, the home of shoes and pottery, as Brandon told me. But we wanted to talk about farming, and so I asked him to tell me how it all started for him on that Minnesota farm.
I'm a sixth-generation farmer, and the SCHAFER farms have been in the family since, as near as we can tell, 1886. And I began full-time farming upon completion of my bachelor's degree in animal science in 1994, at which time as I took over the swine operation and from a management perspective, and carry that role today as the swine enterprise manager of our family farm.
So you know what it's like to go through tough times. Pork producers have faced some tough financial times.
We certainly do. I came into the operation right at the '94 economic crisis. Came through that and grew the. At that point in time, we were about 240 sows, farrow to finish, and over the next few years grew that operation to the 400 sows. And at that point, we just felt we had to make a change. We were beginning to have, our family was on the, well, we had two little girls at the time and intended to have more, and really wanted to build an opportunity for myself to have a more sustainable farming career and intermingled with family. And that meant growing the operation to allow us to hire management level staff. And since then, we've come to the 1,600 sows that we have today on a farrow to wean perspective.
Monica, how did you meet?
Well, we actually grew up about a quarter mile away from each other. I did not grow up on a farm, but was, right down the road from Brandon. And so we were high school sweethearts and dated through high school and dated through college. And after college, got married. I still didn't know what I was getting into, marrying a farmer, but have grown to really enjoy the lifestyle.
What's your involvement? Do you have the opportunity to educate people off the farm?
I do not educate the people off the farm a lot, I guess.
But you have a lot of people come to the farm.
Yes, absolutely. The tours, I would say Brandon handles the tours, but we have had people from around the world, actually. Lots of different countries come in, lots of different college groups come in and tour. Yes.
And tell me about the children.
We have 4 children. We have Kendra, who's 14, Madison, who's 13, Max, who's 11, and Kenny, who's 7.
So we've got a family farm going.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, congratulations, a tremendous honor, one of the nation's 4 outstanding young farmers for 2010, Brandon and Monica SCHAFER from Minnesota. If that couple looked familiar, it's probably because you saw them a couple of weeks ago on This Week in AgriBusiness. They were honored also as the National Pork Stewardship winner. Next week, we'll meet the OYF winners from Texas.
Over the many years the program has been in existence, the OYF program, Outstanding Young Farmer Program, has recognized producers all over the country. It continues to be an excellent effort.
It really does, and this was the 54th program, and it was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And the USJCs have supported this program since it started in 1955. Jeff Lank is the current president of the USJCs, and he talked about the support of this program.
After such a long-running program, it is a true honor to still be able to say what a great factor we have to help and represent such strong people.
And the support continues from the JCs. Even though maybe there aren't as many chapters in rural communities, you're still there.
Yes, in fact, the support is growing rapidly. We looked at the number of applications last year and said the JCs have been in force for 90 years and we can do more. This program is too valuable, agriculture is too important to America, and we have pledged 75 applications this year, which will double the applications we have on average for the last 3 years.
And what kind of work will the JCs do to bring in double the number of applications for next year?
The JCs are networked all throughout the country in not only our big cities but our rural areas as well. We have the access to the young people which use social media and technology to communicate more rapidly. We will use that to contact our friends who are in these areas who are involved in agriculture, as well as partnering with our local agriculture commissions, and find the people who are too busy to come out and say, we need to be an applicant, and we will find them and bring them forward.
Plus the fact farmers tend to not be braggers and talk a lot about what they do. So we're going to have to convince them to do that too.
Absolutely, and it's what we've done in the past that's been effective is we say, oh, we have a piece of paper we need you to sign. I'll stop right by, hand them the application, fill out a couple lines, sign it, say thank you.
What's it like for a year to be president of the JCs? A lot of travel?
A lot of travel, and it's the most amazing experience a person can have, because to see young people developing and growing and getting their maximum value that maybe just a few years ago they never knew they had until they became involved in their community, it is the most rewarding thing I think I'll probably ever have.
Jeff Lank, the 90th president of the USJCs. If you want more information on applications for the Outstanding Young Farmer Program, the website is www.ofafraternity.org. And we enjoy sharing very positive stories about agriculture. We've been doing that the last 3 weeks. We've taken you to Michigan, to Minnesota, to New Jersey to meet the 2010 class of Outstanding Young Farmers. And now let's go back to meet the 4th Outstanding Young Farmer. To meet the 4th Outstanding Young Farmer of the year 2010, we traveled to the Lone Star State of Texas. And we say congratulations to Ryan and Annie Williams, Outstanding Young Farmers for 2010. Ryan, let's begin by finding out where you are in Texas and what kind of a farming operation you have.
Well, Farwell is a town of about 1,500 on the western side of the Texas Panhandle, right near New Mexico. My father and I, along with my grandfather and uncle, we all farm corn and cotton, green beans, wheat, and we run a stocker cattle operation on about 8,000 acres.
How many stockers would you normally have?
We have about 5,000 right now. Currently, through the winter, is about what we run.
Okay. Now, are you in the part of Texas that's been in the terrible drought?
No, sir, that's south of us. That's south of us. We were dry, but we've had lots of winter snow and rain, so we're in good shape right now.
And how'd you get started? When did you decide you really wanted to do this?
Mr. Samuelson, I think I was 2 or 3 years old, I think, is when I decided I wanted to farm. My dad would probably attest to that. I know I was with him all the time, and my granddad as well, but I've always wanted to farm as far as I can remember. And when I went off to college, my dad gave me some of the best advice, and I'm going to give this advice to my children, and I suggest everyone give this advice to their kids. He said, son, when you go to college and you don't worry about this farm. You go and you enjoy it, you meet new people, and you learn new things. This farm will be here forever. And it's great advice. It really is, and I appreciate him for that to this day.
Annie, when did you come into his life? When did you meet and how?
We were both at Texas Tech University in Lubbock, and we were wonderful friends for a while. And he went back home after he graduated, and we fell in love. And
here it is. Now, you were at Texas Tech, majoring in what?
Early childhood development. So taught preschool for a while, and now I'm at home with Erica Grace is 8 and Walker Burt is 4. So they're a joy in our lives.
And we met Erica here tonight. How did she get here?
She wanted to come so badly.
Lots of work.
And my mom made it happen. They came, and their plane was delayed, but they got here, and that was a joy having her here.
In time to see Mom and Dad, and congratulations for being named Outstanding Young Farmer of 2010. Ryan and Annie Williams from Farwell, Texas.